to practice some sample data sets, you can just plug and play actually. If you want agriculture data, so just simply click on it and you could continue and it will create for you the data set. You see here, so this is the model which automatically generates and the sample data set which is having so example, if it is a farmer related, so you have a customer and transactions and employees channel and items, orders, document and communication. So all this data set related information, everything will be shown up in your sample data sets. So these are all the sample data sets. Okay. So which we can use for our practicing. Okay, since since you guys are learning, so this is very important to know that what are all the data sets we can use it. So these are all the data sets. You can see oil and gas network and inventory and purchases shippings. So there are various data sets. Under that you can see various kind of data sets. Okay, so these data sets you could just plug in and you can play with the data. Okay, so once you click on create, this will create a model. Okay, I'm not clicking anything currently because we need to create a new process, right? So these are all the existing process which I'm showing with the sample data. Okay, I'll discard this. So these are all about the data process and we have a data sets. So these are all the sample data sets. Okay, these are the templates and these are the data sets. So we can open, if you wanted to open some sample data, you could just click on this sample data. You can find out these data sets, like these are the files, input feed files in the format of JSON. So these are the sample data. So we can use this sample data for our work perspective. Okay. So at the same time, we have a NYC taxi and there are various other data sets over here. Okay. So, and if you wanted to create any notebook with the sample data, you could just click on this and it will create automatically a notebook with the sample data and as well as the SQL scripts. So SQL scripts as well, we are going to generate using this sample data sets. And you can create a sample pipelines. If you click on any of this pipeline, you can just continue and it will prepare the template for you. Okay. So these are all the sample templates which you can use by using the browse galleries. Okay. Tour of Synapse Studio, this will give you like quick insights what this tab, each tab and all those things that this will give. Okay, so these are about this home screen. So now let's quickly go on to the other screens, what and all we have. Click on home and so this is the main section, the data section. Okay, so this space where your data will be located. Actually we have a workspace and we have a linked. Okay, so linked, you see here we have a data lake storage gen 2 account. So this is the account which we created earlier. If you remember, in the beginning of the session we have created the Synapse workspace. With the Synapse workspace, you have a data lake gen 2 account as well. We have configured. So that account, if you observe here, Synapse sales data, under that you have the stack learner CR. So this is my uh, file system name. Okay. So inside that I have a Synapse. Okay. So you can create any number of folders over here. Okay, so how we are going to create the folder? So let's go on to the storage account. So let's click on the Synapse load. Under this you have a container. Once you click on the container, so this is my container name and you can create a directory. Click on add directory. Example, I'm going to create Synapse uh, Synapse course, or otherwise I'll give retail input, retail sales. So this is the example folder I'm going to create. Save. Okay, so retail sales. So I have created this folder now for my data perspective to store my data. So now just refresh this one, that folder will reflect here. Okay, so just quickly refresh over here in this session. If you click on refresh, so this will show you the another folder in your folder. You see here, retail sales is a folder which created individually. Okay, under this. So you can click on this plus icon. You see here, we have a workspace. Workspace is nothing but this is a workspace. Workspace having the serverless pool and dedicated pool, both you can generate. Under the workspace, here you can create a database. Under the linked, you can create a Gen2 account, all other linked account in the Gen2. Okay. So now if you click on here, example, currently if you click on here, there is a sample SQL DB is there. Okay. So if you observe here under that, we have a table, sectional tables, resources, views, programmabilities, schemas, security, all those things are there. Okay, under this sample SQL. So if you wanted to click on here, I wanted to create another database. So click on the SQL database. Once you click on at the moment, you see here there are two types of databases which earlier also we have discussed, right? We have a serverless and we have a dedicated. So currently I'm not doing any dedicated because we need to create a dedicated. Okay. So I have not created any dedicated pool. I'm currently using the serverless pool. Okay. So in the serverless pool, I will create a Synapse demo account. Okay. So in the Synapse demo, I'm going to create this demo database under the database. Okay. You see here, now I have created this database. Okay. So in under this database, we have external tables and external resources, views, schemas, and these are all the schemas which we have. Okay. So whatever the data, so anyway, we are going to load the data, right? So next classes. So I'll show how this will get stored up in our uh, workspace. Okay. So these are all the options. So if you wanted to run a create any table, so right click and next external click. So let's click on this. So this will give the template. Example in SQL, how we are going to create a table, right? So similar way here also you could create your own tables. Okay. So based on your data, you can create your own tables and you can execute those tables and we can retrieve the tables in the serverless pool. Okay, so this will gives you the templates how we are how we wanted to add all the columns and the details. Okay, so this is how the external tables and resources will come. So basically, this is one of the wonderful feature which Microsoft provided. So everything you will get a templates and everything you can just understand. Even though if you don't know anything, you if you click on anything, you will get to know how this in and out it will give. It will give the syntax, sample syntax. You can create a view. Okay, sample views and tables, everything. Okay. And let's get added some details. I'll show you something here. Okay, so in this folder, so I have created one retail folder, right? So what I'll do is I'll just place one file. So how to upload the file? We have a multiple options. You can upload the file by clicking on upload option and browse. After clicking on this, I have a folder. So in the folder, I have some couple of files. So example, I will select one of the data set, customer data set, and I'm going to upload this file. This is one option. Okay, I have uploaded this file. And the second option is you can upload by going to the storage account and you can upload the file. You see, now I have uploaded this file and it is reflecting here also. Okay, because it's the same container. Okay, so you can upload here as well. So basically, real time, we don't upload any files manually. Remember this point. Since we are developing, we are all this doing manually. But in real time, some other process will generate the input feed file and it will use it for your program. Okay. But we don't add any file uploading and nothing. So everything is an automated process and we will upload the file and we will process the files. Okay, so that's how it works. Now I have uploaded this file, right? So after uploading this file, so I wanted to view this data. So there is a very good feature which Synapse given is you can validate your data. So by clicking on here, you have couple of options here. So once you click, I wanted to view the data. Same like table, how you are accessing, right? You can access this file as a table kind of thing. So if you remember, usually directly, if I wanted to see some data in file, you need to open the file manually, right? If you wanted to see some X data, let me tell you what I mean to say here is, so example, I wanted to find out so and so person data. What you will do here is, so you need to open that particular feed file and you need to, then only you will come to know, right? But here you can just upload the file and by clicking on this new SQL script and you can do create a external table and you can do a bulk load and you can create a, you can run stop 100 records. Okay, so if you run this one, so now you will get to know that how many records are there in this particular file. Okay, so currently I'm querying top 100. Okay, so these are all the records which we are having, you see. So this will give you all the details which are available in your input feed file. You see? So same data which are replicated in the format of table. So one of the best feature which Synapse has added is, so you can query any file. Okay. So any file you can query and that's why they call it as a polybase. Synapse is a poly-based methodology because the future is that so we can just query any file if you want. Same like SQL, it will create a script for you. Okay, auto generated script for you and you can query that particular file and it will show the data. You see here, so there is a open row set. Okay, so let me quickly open my PPT. So on Azure Synapse. So to see what is this open row set. So this is a very good functionality which provided by the Microsoft. So this functionality is specifically designed for to access any file which is available in any endpoint like any storage account or any folder file path. You can access the storage ADLS storage account, whatever the files are there, right? So you will just give that file path and the file name and it will, you need to mention the format as well. So once you mention the format, it will automatically read this file and it will internally creates a table and it retrieves the data for you. Okay, so that's how it works. And if you remove, it's same way how your Oracle you are going to write select star from, right? So how you are going to write in Oracle or IBM DB2, you will write your schema or table name, like your schema is something dbo dot something table name example, example sales, like that way you will write, right? Or otherwise if you take in some of the IBM DB2, you have some schemas like D11 dot something like sales, like that you will get some schemas based on your schema type. So after adding all these schemas, so we will just run this, run through this data, okay, the process. Inside the open row set, so instead of table here, we are calling our functionality. Okay, you are calling till here open row set and your bulk and your format and your version. So currently the parse version is 2.0. Okay, it's based on versions. Okay, current, and these formats are basically so if you wanted to try to read a parquet format, you can read the parquet. You need to mention the format. Okay, but you no need to write any code manually here. You can just right click here and it will generate for you. Similar way, I wanted to load this file into your data frame. So just simply right click on it and it will create a data frame for you. So even though if you don't know about Spark or also, you could just try to right click and it will create a script for you, auto generated script for you, and you need to just select the cluster and you can run this script. Okay, currently I don't have any active cluster, that's why I'm not able to execute it, but we are going forward. I will create a clusters, pools, everything, and we will execute this. Okay, so the open row set always works with the bulk option. So inside the bulk option, you definitely need to make this your storage account details. Otherwise, it will throw an error. Always the open row set works with the bulk option. Okay, and we have other couple of options. Right click and create external table. So example, I wanted to create a table. I don't know how to create. So you can just right click and you can create the table over here. You see file type and terminator, and I'm going to give 0 rows, and these are the delimiters. Click continue and let's click on automatically. I'll just select the table name. This is I'm going to give sales dot sales. So okay, so sales dot sales data. So this will generate a script for you. Okay, so just click on this. You see it is automatically created a script for you. You no need to like manually write all these codes, ev- everything. So you can customize now. You can customize whatever you require. So here it is checking whether this external table whether already exists or not. If not exist, it is giving that you need to create all these columns. Okay, you can simply edit your columns. So I can just copy paste my columns over here. I'll come to my file. So I'll just use my column names and I can edit my external table. Simple way. You could just simply edit your column names and you can change the data types of each column. So this is very simple way, right? So you can just quickly attach your data and you can create it. So let me add all these columns. I'm going to add this and so zip update here. So this is the another column, customer, city, and so the value, and the similar way I'm going to add the another columns as well. So you can just simply add this columns. Okay, so now I have included all these columns. So once you click on run, so this will get executed and you have permission to use it. Okay, so I'll remove this sales because I don't have any schema with this dbo dot sales. Let's run this. Okay, so somewhere it is system sales data system, and I'll just comment this. So we are just going to uniquely run this command. Okay, so this is already created, so that's why I'm just going to check over here and the demo. So you need to refresh it. Refresh it. So once you refresh in the database, whatever the database which we created, so this will get created. You see here, the table is get created over here, DBO sales data. So under that, you have these columns. Similar way how you are having the columns in SQL, right? So it will create the all the columns. We have given 4,000, 4,000. That's why it is created with this particular schema. Okay. So similar way, we can add any number of tables and we can run those table queries and we can retrieve those particular data by using the, it's same like how we are our SQL works, right? Similar way, this SQL queries will work in workspace. Okay, so currently it's a serverless pool. Remember this, we have created only the serverless. I have not selected any dedicated pool because I have not created any dedicated pool, but going forward in next classes we'll create the dedicated and serverless both. Okay, so both will work same, but only thing is pricings only will vary. Okay, so that is the only thing. And linked, you can use your ADLS storage account. You can store your data over here. Okay, so that's how the data will works.